You never seen a comparison like this before? Here's all three screens in one single shot.
Hey guys, this is Johnny and welcome back to my channel. Today we're reviewing another rear screen for the Touch Model 3 or Y, but this one has a unique set of features that sets it apart from the rest. If you've been with me since the beginning, then you've seen me review the 7.2 inch screen, which was the first of its kind, the 7 inch screen, which was smaller but had larger air vents, and now I'm bringing you the largest rear screen on the market today. It's an 8.6 HD screen from Tilliard. It's even larger than the screen that comes in the latest Model 3 by 0.6 inches. That's insane. In this video, I'm going to unbox and install this screen. I'm going to do a side-by-side comparison of the three screens. Then, I'm going to go over all of its features, also highlighting the top 3 things I think make it worth it. Lastly, I'm going to give you my final thoughts and reveal which screen I'm going to keep in my car. Let's get started.
If you want to get this screen, check the description for a link below and use my code TESLATAINMENT to save some cash. Let's start with the unboxing. This rear screen is massive. It's 8.6 inches and it'll be the largest screen I've reviewed so far. It also has the biggest air vents, and what makes it different is that you can actually change the direction of the air. The other screens I reviewed, the vents are fixed. Let's see what else comes in the box. Here's the power cap, the plug that goes into the OBD port, the wire used to control the front passenger seat, and of course the screen. I'll be doing a side-by-side comparison with this screen and the old screen so you can truly see how big this thing is. First, we have to remove the old screen, but let's check out its features before I do that. This screen is also from Tilliard. It's 7 inches, you control the AC, the heated seats, and it has a web browser, has YouTube, has Netflix. Basically, there's tons of entertainment for your passenger. Now, let me pop off this screen so we can do a side-by-side comparison. Here's the 8.6 inch screen. You can connect the sound to the car via Bluetooth, but also has built-in speakers at the bottom. And now, here's a 7 inch screen. As you can see, the new screen is way bigger. The way they're able to add more screen is to have the air vents stick out from the bottom. I think that's a pretty clever use of space. From this shot, the size difference is way more noticeable. As a special treat, I also have the 7.2 inch screen with me. Here's the side-by-side comparison. The vents on the 7.2 inch are way smaller. And of course, here's all three screens in one single shot. Which screen do you prefer? The 7, 7.2, or 8.6? Let me know in the comments. Now let's install this screen. First thing you have to do is pop off the bottom panel. Then unplug these wires. Yours will be much simpler. It's just to be a single OBD port. The reason why mine looks so complicated is because these are the wires from the current screen and also for my instrument cluster. Now we have to pop off these panels, but first we need to remove these 2 screws. To remove the panel, use both hands and grab from the bottom and pull. It should just pop out. Now take the power cap and plug it into this wire. This should close the circuit. Grab this other wire and plug into the OBD port. Then you have these 2 wires that plug into the screen. Here's the first wire, and here's the second port for the second wire. These are the other set of ports which will be plugged into the front passenger seat. These wires allow you to control the front passenger seat from the screen. This step is optional, so if you don't want this feature, feel free to skip this step. Take the wire and run it through and under the seat. Now, you're going to want to run the wire across. Be sure to pull some slack. Next, we want to move the seat forward and up so we can remove the screw. From there, you can pull off the side panel and you just have to plug in the wire we ran through under the seat into here and into the control box. This is what it looks like when you're done. Before we put everything back together, let's do a quick test. Okay, it's working here. Now let's pop the panel back in place. Now we add the screw back, and while you're down here, make sure that the wire that you ran across under the seat is not tugging anything. I'm missing footage of this, but you want to take that panel that we unscrewed and put it back in, and then we can attach the screen. Also, make sure you tuck the wires in so it doesn't get in the way when you're installing the screen. To install a screen, make sure you line up the clips and just give it a push. It might take a couple tries to align it properly, but you'll eventually get it. Now, let's screw it back in, tuck in the wires, and close off this panel. Be sure to press firmly on all sides. There you have it. The screen is installed and it's ready for use. Get ready for the plastic peel in 3, 2, 1, 0. Now that it's installed, let's check out this screen. The first thing that sticks out is just how massive this screen is compared to my old one. How are they able to add more screen with the same amount of space? It's actually pretty clever. You can see here that the air vents are sticking out a bit. What this allows is to use the entire space for a screen and the additional space for air vents. Speaking of air vents, what makes these unique is that you can change the direction of the airflow. The other screens I tested, the air vents are fixed. It's a minor detail, but gives it a nice touch. It still has the 2 USB-C ports, and with one port that's optimized for charging. I appreciate this layout where you have these quick action buttons at the bottom where you can jump between the AC, heated seats, apps, and so forth. Really easy to use. Now I'm going to go over my top 3 favorite features of this screen. First and foremost, it allows people in the back to control their own AC. The reason I like this is because they can turn on and off themselves and they don't have to distract me while I'm driving. Another reason why I like this screen is that it allows the passengers to control their own heated seats. Again, this is nice because they don't have to ask me to turn it on and off for them, so less distractions for me, the driver. Before I talk about my third most favorite feature, I first want to connect this device to my phone's hotspot, so it has access to the internet. You probably could have guessed it, but I love that this device has a web browser, you can surf the internet, it has Netflix, YouTube, TikTok. It's an entertainment machine, so it'll keep your rear passengers entertained, they won't be distracted, it's great for long road trips, and especially if you have kids. What makes the screen different, it also has built-in speakers, which they don't produce the best sound, but they're a good backup option. The speakers are located right behind the air vents, and you can kind of hear the quality from this recording. What I recommend doing is connecting this device to your car's Bluetooth. Any sound that the device makes will go through the car speakers. This is great if you want the passenger to act as DJ on your road trips. If you're in the front and you don't want to hear the sound coming from the screen, you could have the passengers connect to Bluetooth headphones. So there's a lot of versatility, a lot of options on how you want sound to be played from the screen, which is great, especially when you have a car full of people. Those are my top 3, but now let's talk about the features that are nice to have. You can control the front passenger seat through the screen. This is useful when you're loading up the car, or if you're cleaning the car, you need some more extra space. It's kind of nice to be able to do it from the screen and not have to walk to the front. I don't use it often, but when I do need it, it's actually pretty nice. This next feature is a game changer for some, especially if you're a parent. So the rear screen now has a child lock. When it's enabled, it prevents anyone from changing the AC or anything. The only way to turn off is to enter a secret pin. I also want to call out just like how high definition the screen is. It's a bigger screen, so you can actually do 1080 on YouTube, and it's a lot clearer. I also think it's a lot brighter too. So if you're sitting in the back, you really have that theatric experience. Again, this screen is 8.6 inches, which is bigger than the screen that comes standard on the new Model 3 Highland, which is an 8-inch screen. The last thing I want to talk about is that this is basically an Android device, so you have the Google Play Store, meaning that you can download any app on the Google Play Store and have it on the screen. That's a game changer because it now becomes pretty limitless. Like, I'll personally install Spotify, so you just control music from the rear screen. What apps or games do you guys think I should install? Let me know in the comments.
Alright, you guys made it to the end. Here are my final thoughts on a rear screen in general. So, giving the passengers the ability to control their own AC, their own heated seats, and giving them entertainment options is awesome. Luckily, all of the 3 screens I reviewed have those features. To decide which one's best for you really depends on your use case. If you have kids, I recommend getting the 8.6-inch screen because it has child lock, has larger screen, and larger vents. The child lock will prevent them from screwing up the AC settings. Having a larger screen is just a better experience overall, and larger vents will give them enough temperature comfort, right? So they won't sit there and complain about the heat or the cold or anything. It'll just give them everything they need. If you have passengers in the back often, or if you go on road trips a few times per year, then I recommend the 7-inch screen. It has mid-sized vents, the interface is simple and easy to use, and the CPU is super snappy and a really responsive touchscreen. Now, to answer the question, which one am I keeping in my car? Drumroll please. The answer is the 8.6-inch screen. The reason why is I go on a decent amount of road trips, so I want to provide the larger screen for my passengers and just having the larger air vents to give them more comfort. There you have it. If you want to get these screens, check the description and the link below. And as always, thank you for watching and subscribe for more of the latest Tesla content. Companies that do good packaging usually care about the user experience, therefore they usually deliver high quality products. This was packaged pretty nicely. Each component had plastic wrap over it.